people who realise there are no easy answers to problems built up over many years, just the painstaking work of putting right what went so badly wrong. And together, with the British people, we are, slowly but surely, fixing our country's economic problems. We've now cut the deficit, not by a quarter, but by a third. We've helped business create not 1 million new jobs, but 1.25 million new jobs. We've kept interest rates at record lows. But, Mr. Deputy Speaker, despite the progress we've made, there's much more to do. And today I'm going to level with people about the difficult economic circumstances we still face and the hard decisions required to deal with them. It is taking longer than anyone hoped, but we must hold to the right track. And by setting free the aspirations of this nation, we will get there. Our economic plan combines monetary activism with fiscal responsibility and supply-side reform. And today we go further on all three components of that plan: monetary, fiscal and supply-side reform. But we also understand something else more fundamental. Our nation is in a global race, competing alongside new centres of enterprise around the world for investment and jobs that can move anywhere. And what was the response of those who came before us? To expand the state in a way we couldn't afford, to drive businesses overseas with taxes that became more and more uncompetitive, to let schools fail, to deplete our skills base, let a bloated welfare system pick up the human casualties and assume that an uncontrolled banking boom would pick up the bill. To win in the global race, we are doing the exact opposite. Building a modern, reformed state that we can afford. Bringing businesses to our shores with competitive taxes. Fixing the banks. Improving our schools, our skills.
Order. Obviously the country's waiting to hear the Chancellor. I certainly want to hear the Chancellor. I'm sure most of the people in this chamber also want to hear the Chancellor. Please let's hear the Chancellor. George Osborne.
For years, Mr. Deputy Speaker, people have felt that the whole system was tilted against those who did the right thing, who worked, who saved, who aspired. These are the very people we must support if Britain is to have a prosperous future. This is a budget for those who aspire to own their own home, who aspire to get their first job or start their own business. A budget for those who want to save for their retirement and provide for their children. It is a budget for our aspiration nation. Mr. Deputy Speaker, the forecast from the Independent Office for Budget Responsibility today reminds us of the economic challenge at home and abroad. But it also...
Order! Let's start off as we need to go on. Now, the Shadow Chancellor may not have been the Chancellor, but he should have the courtesies and should know better than actually to want no advice from the government, should know better than to display it. I don't wish to see it. Otherwise, it is not a good position to put us in. And let us continue, and let's not this become a circus of the day. George Osborne.
Mr. Deputy Speaker, since the autumn statement, the OBR has